Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Kamen Rider Kabuto DX Gatack Double Calibur. Yeah, we're covering this thing too. So, obviously, the Double Calibur, I'm just gonna pluralize it. The Double Caliburs are obviously Gatack's main primary weapons in Rider form and such. And obviously, these were not released. This is the original 2006 release. I apologize for not correcting myself on that, on the Gatack Sector intro. So that means it was 16 years as opposed to 17. Then it was 2007. Anyways, this is obviously this is in the what they call the Kamen or the Mask Rider Kabuto Series 08. So I think that's just a roleplay series. I don't remember the lineup exactly because I think it was the Kabuto Sector, the Kabuto Kunai Gun, the Zabi Sector, the Drake Sector. I don't want to call it the extender, like the Zector Miser, Sassword Sector, and the Gatack Sector. Okay, so I think the Zector Miser was included, but yeah. So obviously because of how Rider packaging was back then, it's in this plastic card, not plastic. It's in this window packaging and such, and I really do like that they show off a stag beetle. That's actually really cool. Obviously, we have Gatack right here, because, again, Kabuto was weird, where they just used CGI models. I guess just because it was the new technology at the time, and such. Again, DX Gatack Double Caliburs. I don't know what this means, but it does tell you that you need 4 AAAs, which is egregious. Again, here they are separated, and then here they are together to do the Rider cutting. I need to tell Zreiken that I was probably wrong about this, because I thought that this box was yellowed. It's not. They just, obviously the opacity for this is just, it's just not colored. Alright, now we gotta zoom out. So, there's Gatack with double calibers. This box is making my hands feel dry. And here he is doing the Rider cutting and such. See, because, like, I mean, like, I know most of you, you might be wondering that why I'm not complaining about, like, oh, they're using CGI models here. Well, like, at least here the CGI models are different. Like, there's at least, like, 5 different models that are just plastered in the back. But I mean, it's like, this is like reasonable back in 2006, but now, like, I don't have a box for it because I only have the premium boxes, and those are typically a lot better. But you know, like, for retail stuff, like, they don't even care. They only have like the 2 like CGI or like art renditions and such. At least this is kind of charming in a way, but obviously this basically is the instructions and such, which is kind of funny. And obviously it tells you not to swing at people and such. But, yeah. Didn't need to go in depth with that. But, like, honestly, it's just, obviously, even though I've already covered the cast-off Rider Series Gatack, like, again, just this box is really charming as a whole. And again, bringing this back up again, I just like how they managed to, I like how this manages to, like, carry some stuff from this, or like the main aesthetic, which is just like the helix, like hexagon stuff, to, you know, mimic a hive, but like modernize it in a way, like modernize it and such. Like, it's really thoughtful. So here we have the double calibers out of the box. I'm just going to call them the double calibers because I think we all know they are Gatacks. So here we have two interesting pieces of this set. We actually have holders for these things. Obviously, as we know, Gatack doesn't have holders for his calibers because his calibers are on his shoulders. But obviously, because they're not going to give us shoulder pads, they just gave us holders. They did the same with the kunai gun too, so... I really do like how the holders are. They have, like, I really do like how they made them at least work alongside the belt. So we have Zect right there. This one's the right side, and we have a hook right there. And then we have Zect right there too, the hook. You can tell they are two differently molded, because this one is thicker. And such, to which kind of throws me off. But I mean, they at least went through the effort of molding them differently. And then here we are, sorry, here we are with the Double Caliburs. We will take a look at Double Calibur Plus, to which I didn't even know they were plus and minus. But here we have the speaker right there, Zect. We have the gold right there, and then we have the here we have the blue from the blade. I don't know if it's supposed to be a darker shade of blue or if it is supposed to be this light. It seems like it's supposed to be light. But, my apologies. Here we have the back here. This is where we're going to put our two AAAs on-off switch. The copyright from 2006. This is where we insert minus, and then we got the gold right there and such. Plus goes on the left hand, so triggers right there, slash slash slash. And then here we have minus, as you can see from there. It's basically similar, it's just now instead of gold it's silver, which I personally didn't know, because then I think this should have been silver. But other than that, it's the same silhouette, just slightly different color. This still also requires two AAAs. The trigger. This minus goes on the right hand, or the left, right. But this one obviously still has the copyright. It's just that now the hole is, or there's a hole as opposed to a post and such. So, yeah. I don't know why we zoomed out, but because we were going to show off the holders. So obviously the right one right here, it belongs to plus because it has a big hole for you to slot it in. To which this one is like, because of this hole, it actually is very secure and such. And then for minus, you have this big gap right here, because it holds for it to be held within to sit this section in. But obviously you can tell there's a big difference because this one doesn't sit in well as opposed to this. I kind of wish it was just the other way, but I don't know, this is kind of the only flaw I have with these holders, is like, I kind of wish they found a way to just make them consistent. So then, like, because the issue of this is that, obviously, first of all, the reverse, and now, obviously, you get the minus side actually getting to show, but the plus side can't show. Obviously, with this, we need to actually use our Gatack Zector, which we actually need to raise the camera just because of how long these are. So we're going to use these empty slots in the clock up pads to then slide these holsters in. And honestly, this is kind of ingenious. So now we have our unofficial Gatack, or complete Gatack Zector belt, as we have our double calibers on the side. And it honestly, I don't hate the look of this. It actually goes pretty well. I thought the clock up pads, like I thought these would have actually clicked in or actually went through all the way, but they don't, which is unfortunate. And then obviously just you can slide them out, but obviously they're not gonna stay, sadly. So this one actually at least slots in because it actually feels tight in there, but like it just doesn't. The other side doesn't. Also, I really do like how it does at least still show the clock up pad. Okay, so I just realized this. So I was putting these in all wrong because they do actually secure in the clock up pads because of this piece right here. So like you do set them in, but then you have to push it in. That's what allows them to stay secured. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. So then, when you actually put in the double calibers and then take them out, they don't fall out with it. They actually stay in. Wow. Because I just pushed this one down incidentally just because of the clock up pad. But wow, I can't believe I'm dumb. Alright, so with our double calibers, which obviously I should probably say, like, obviously they should be like this on your shoulders, but you know, after separating them, let's turn them on respectively like so. So again, on and off switch right there. This one's harder for some reason. So we get that, and the activation sound is the same for this one. So with plus, both of these, we get 2 slashing sounds. So we both have 2 respective distinctive slashing sounds, so we can parallel them. But they all end the same. However, when we flip minus over and then combine it with plus, we get Ryder cutting. To which I forgot to actually show this off, but I mean I think it's fine to show it off now. But yep, we get we get giant scissors. I forget what these are called, like trimmers. Bush trimmers, I think they're called. But like honestly, this is a delight. This is a delight to actually hold and play around with. That's the removable sound, but you can keep doing it as much as you want. Because again, you can just pull any you can pull any figure you want. Slash, slash, slash. Flip it over. Cut it. And then explosion. It's honestly, like, it's just fun messing with and such. And I really do, again, I really do like that they got something like this to work. Obviously, it's really simple how they got it to work. And obviously, speaking of how it works, it minus is the sound, minus is the side that has the Ryder cutting sound. And interestingly, the plus side does have a button so it knows it's in that mode, because it doesn't, so then it doesn't do anything, which is pretty smart. Though, luckily it hasn't happened here, but sometimes, I think, just obviously because of age, my plus side does get stuck in Ryder cutting mode, which then results into me having to switch it on and off and such. But honestly, I like the fact I can actually have this entire thing in frame and such, and I honestly might as well just keep it like that and such, and just have the holders right there. But honestly, my thoughts overall on this toy, it's pretty basic for a roleplay weapon. Honestly, like, it doesn't really do much because it's just 2 sounds each from both sides, and then the battery exhausts, and then you get 1 sound when you combine the both of them. So it's in total of like, and then like the ejection sound. So it's like 6 to 8 sounds. It is unfortunate that, like, I kind of wish they found a way of, like, to incorporate the plus side into the Ryder cutting, because it's kind of unfortunate it's just the minus side. But I guess it makes sense. Like, they at least made it so that the plus side basically knows that it shouldn't play sounds when it's in Ryder cutting mode. And again, the additional bonus of the holders are pretty interesting, even though, again, it's not accurate, but they at least gave you a way to holster the weapons even if it's not accurate. Like what I said, they did the same with the kunai gun, I believe, and such. I got this off of Mandarake for 4,000 yen. It was in, I think it was like a used condition, but like not bad. Like, it was in the decent, like the item itself was in a pristine condition and such. And obviously, with as a recording of how weak the yen was, I practically got this thing for $25. Because again, like, at this point, the yen disparity is now basically half of what it is, or the exchange basically. But if you're obviously, I would only recommend it if you're like hardcore on Gatack, or in some miracle you actually do own the Gatack Zector and actually have a use for these holders. because again, I've already said this, basically because I knew that I was getting this in, I kind of wanted just to get this, just to complete the pair. And because of the fact that, again, a year ago, Draken and I ran into this listing on Mandarake, and Draken was like asking me like, "Oh, should we get this thing?" And like, again, at the time, I didn't have a point because of the holders and not having any use for the holders. But having it now, I really do enjoy having it. I'm just looking at the back to make sure I am doing these. I am accurately covering. Or I did cover everything. Apparently, this was. No, I think I am. I think, yeah. Is it supposed to be like that? Yeah. But honestly, I think the biggest thing I really do enjoy about the Double Caliburs is just the fact. I feel like this is one of the rare instances where both toys actually do play sounds. I know, like, because they used to do this back then. I don't remember another toy that did it, where both parts actually play sounds, even if it's minuscule. Like, I know they don't do it now because it's just a lot more cost effective to have the one toy that to have all the sounds and then the other toy be a dummy. But I kind of miss this era when both sides actually meant something, even if it was at the cost of even if it was at the cost of both of them basically play the scene. But I think it's that honestly, I think it's that nice balance of equality and such. So again, I don't necessarily recommend for you to get this in the current environment. And what I mean by that, like, I don't recommend for you to get this thing casually, just because, like, why would you? Even if you're a Kabuto fan, like, you really like I said, you either just for the sake of it, just do complete Gatack's like DX loadout, or like his like DX toys. If you're just a big Kabuto collector, like if you collect the DX toys for Kabuto, or just for the fun of it, but like this thing, it's not a bad toy, but like you wouldn't just get it just for the fun of it. I'm just saying. So yeah, that'll have to do with this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people. Bye.